Vanagon headrest install. Okay, so I'm getting ready to install these nifty reclaimed headrests into the back seat of our 85 Westie. And what I've got are obviously two headrests, and I have two of these kits that have a bracket and an insert that the rod for the headrest clicks down into, and the accompanying hardware. The headrest set, I believe, came from Go Westie. It's available also from some of the other van fix-it places. And the headrests we bought from Go Westie, from their spare parts department, but you can also find them from other nice people online, or maybe you're luck out and find a pick and pull. The prices vary quite widely for those. So what I found out is that I have to get up here, and the headrest will insert into the upholstery, into the backboard. I considered putting the headrest bracket, being sloppy, and putting it on the back here, so I wouldn't have to undo the upholstery. But the problem with that is it looks really sloppy. It's too far back for the headrest to serve safely, and it also won't lay down flat when you fold the bed down. So that won't work for three good reasons. So what I'm going to do, after poking around here, I am not going to try to, as I thought I was going to have to, unattach all of this nice seaming on my really nice upholstery, almost pristine upholstery. What I'm going to do is remove the seat back and come at it from underneath and unstaple it from underneath. I poked around down there, and there are staples holding it in, so I'm going to unattach the upholstery that way, so I don't have to rip into the nice upholstery. So I'll be back in a minute. Okay, so here I am in the back of the van. I emptied everything out, took the cushion out, get everything, and I was thinking I was going to have to remove the entire back seat. But one thing I found out about this van, now I'm understanding all vans vary bit by bit, but a lot of things are pretty standard. I started realizing, okay, there's this big screw down here that I was going to unscrew this, and then I started realizing, oh, this is flappy here. Hey, this is Velcroed on. Okay, so all I'm going to need to do here is, in theory, is unscrew this screw that's holding the upholstery down, lift this flap. It is stapled down underneath here, so I'm going to pull these staples down here and do my install, and then flap it back down and staple it back down. That's in theory. That's what I think I'm going to be doing, but I'll get back to you in a few minutes and let you see how we're doing. Okay, so after I removed the big screw from back here on both sides, I'm going around to the other side of the van, and I'm going to flip up the seat like this, so I can access the screws, the staples that are attaching the vinyl to the back. I'm going to do that now, and I'll be back in a few minutes as we kind of get through unearthing all of the upholstery. So I'll be back after I finish that up. There we go. I'm just going to go along here and pop all these staples loose, and then go back with a needle nose plier and pull them. Okay, so here I've got all the staples loose, and I'm going to just start pulling them out. Just pulling them out. And put them in here so I don't leave them in the carpet. Always have a little container for all of your hardware. Okay. So I'll just finish this up. Okay. So I have the vinyl detached from the backboard, and now I'm going to flip the seat back over because I need to unstaple this fabric upholstery from the back side over here. So it's flipped over here and then stapled back here. So I'll be back in just a minute. Okay, so here I am looking at the seat from the back, and I have this vinyl flipped up over the seat. And since I want to get into the top of the seat, I think what I'm going to do is unstaple these along this rim. It shouldn't be too hard to get this all back into place because VW very thoughtfully put in a line of Velcro, so it should be easy to get this all back exactly into place so I can have the right tension when I staple it back together when I'm done doing the job. So I'm going to go ahead and unstaple all along here, along the top, and then I should be able to get down into the seat back and start getting ready to screw in the brackets. And away we go. So let's see here. So once I get all of these staples pulled, I'll be able to get into the back. Okay, so now I have all of the staples removed. I have the backboard exposed, and what I'm going to need to do now is figure out how to open this up so I'll be able to screw the brackets down inside. So here we are, all opened up. So let me play around with this for a little bit and figure out what I'm doing next, and I'll get back to you. Now, one thing I didn't consider when I was unstapling is that I was going to need to also loosen or unstaple the end that has the Velcro on it, so I'd be able to unpeel all of this upholstery from the backboard and foam. Now, once I got this all loose, I peeked inside, and inside here, I have it out right now, there's a little rod that fits into some hooks inside the upholstery, and it's just a support rod. You want to pull that out and put it aside so you don't lose it. It's kind of necessary to the comfort of the seat, and it kind of holds everything together. Then what I did was I borrowed the tuck lines in the upholstery fabric, that ren line, they center on each of the seating spots. I used those to mark on the backboard where the seating area is, and these little dashed lines are where the brackets are actually going to fit, down between the foam and the backboard. I marked out left and right headrests just in case there's some difference between the two. They are used, they may have been bent a little bit, and we need them to be as an exact a fit as possible. So I'm marking them left and right and I measured each one separately. I didn't use the same headrest to measure out each one. And now I'm getting ready to put the brackets in between the foam and the backboard. Okay, so I'm getting ready to install the brackets. Since I only have two hands, I'm just going to hold my pen up here for demonstration purposes. I'm going to hold the bracket firmly in place, make a nice little round hole where the hole is supposed to go, and I'll get in there with my drill and drill. There are 6 holes for each of the brackets. Now I have all of the brackets put into place, all 4 of them, and I'm testing out to make sure the distance is correct after all by putting in the little insert. And I already tested the passenger side one and it looks like it's fine, and I'm going to make sure that the driver's side one is lined up correctly. I'm not going to press them all down yet because I don't want to get them stuck on there until I'm completely done installing everything. The next thing to do will be take these back off and to put the upholstery back, staple the upholstery back on, and I'll be cutting a little hole in the upholstery and finishing the job. So follow me as I do that. Okay, I'm getting ready to staple down the upholstery, but please don't forget to put this rod back into the upholstery. It'll help hold it all together the way it's supposed to be and not slide down. I stapled the sides, the Velcroed sides in first, and I'm hopefully that'll help the tension stay even. Now you want to remember when you're stapling down that there were about 1 million staples along the end, so try to make sure you're stocked up. I'm just using a regular utility staple gun, and it's working really easily so far. I stapled like I said, I stapled the Velcro down first, and then I pulled this down tight, and I did some staples on each end and the middle first, and then I'm working and filling in as I go. And after I've stapled the upholstery onto the back of the backboard, I also need to remember to do this vinyl that goes back underneath the seat. So you open up the seat hatch, kind of like you're making the bed, except flip it back toward the back of the van and get in here, and I'll staple this down just like I did the backboard upholstery. Okay, so now I have that all stapled down. I had to do the staples sideways this way because I couldn't get the stapler in. That would be something you would have to remove the whole seat for, and I'm trying to do this without pulling the seat out. So there we go, we have that. Put this back down. And don't forget to screw back in the screw that you took out. There are 2 of those. One there and one there. Okay, we're done repositioning the upholstery. Looks pretty nice and tight, and I really can't tell that anything was done to it. The last part of the installation is putting in the insert, and what I've had to do with this is I use an ice pick. I dig around with my finger and find where the bracket is and poke down with the ice pick. There's some foam and stuff in there that I'm going to have to work around to get the insert installed in there. So I got a box knife to enlarge the hole that I made with the ice pick. So I'm working on that, and once I get that done, I can get my finger down in there and kind of move the foam aside and install the insert into the hole. I found out it needs a couple of raps with a hammer just to get it to seat down all the way, but it's looking good. And there we have it. There's one headrest installed there. And remember, I marked them left and right, but I think they're pretty much interchangeable from what I've noticed, but you have to give it a good shove to push it down and a good yank to get them off, but they're in place. They look nice. And now we can have backseat passengers safely. Thank you very much for watching these videos. I hope it was helpful.